Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to use Lefora.com today. It is a free website that allows you to set up forums for free and is a great resource for educational purposes. I'm not going to walk you through the sign up section, but what I want to walk you through is setting up the actual forum, because some of this can be a little overwhelming for people. As you can see, you have the ability to create a profile. Here's me and my lovely wife and our 4 lovely children. There's some social media stuff. We're not going to cover that. We're going to look at the communities. I have 3 different communities set up here. I have had classes of just juniors and just seniors. This year I have a class of combined. So I've set up a community for both of them, so the juniors and seniors would not get upset using either of those other ones. But we're going to look at FCA juniors today. When I click on that, this can be a little overwhelming if you're not really familiar with it. And it did take some time to get a little familiar with it myself. This is called the dashboard. Everything you see displayed here is a part of the dashboard. And when you click on My Board, this actually takes you to the forum discussion. And so I try to keep it pretty simple and laying out and things so it's pretty easy to use. And you have some things up here that you can use that take you right back to those things. The first one we'll look at is managing your members. You have the ability to add different administrators. You can make moderators are more of facilitators. You have members. You can ban people, warn people. People, if they want to be a part of your forum, they will ask. You can make it so they have to ask, and then you can invite those individuals. And what this does is this allows you really control over the entire forum. And depending on whether the restrictions that you set, you can make it so people have to ask to get into your forum. And so that's very secure, especially for a high school class. You want to work on some other things, some online things. This allows you to have the opportunity to provide that security for them. Now, there's some things over here that we're not going to look at, mostly because these are not necessary in setting up a successful forum. The one we are going to look at, though, is message community. I like this a lot because this allows me to send messages to all of my students at one time. I can send messages about the new forum is up, and I can send them the message, this is due, let's just say March 3rd. So they can, every student has to have an email to log on to here, so this sends that message directly to the email that they put on here. And that's a pretty neat part of this as well. You can send reminders and things like that for them. You can also change, if you click on member display, you can change how your name is being displayed. So if I wanted my name to be either Mr. Swinehart, or sometimes I like using Mr. S, I just push submit and go back to the form, and you can see that I can change my username. So you can change it to however you would like that to be. Next part is getting into the design of your forum. So clicking on responsive templates takes you to this page here. This allows you to pick a design that looks at all of these different options. I usually try to keep it pretty simple, use school colors, stuff like that. So I use in this forum, I use classic forum because that's our school colors right there, that color blue. And there's another page you can click on. You can click on, you get to choose where you want your header, text alignment, and click save, and you've basically saved a design. Now there are broader designs that you can choose. If you go to Lefora demo, you can find others that other people have created. There's a Hobbit one, there's a Bible one, there's some pretty crazy looking ones, but if you wanted, you can go there, download those, and you can put them in these categories here. But I like to keep it really simple for myself and simple for the students, so I just selected one out of here. So that's setting up the color scheme for it. The next part is the most important part, and that is managing the forums. These are really neat in how you get to set these up. You can set these up in categories, and you can add you can add forums to those categories. I like to separate my forums by the category of what quarter we are in. And if I wanted to add another category, I just click on Add Category, and it will bring it up here. There it goes. And if I want to edit it, I come over to this little pencil on paper button, and I can type in, not fourth category, but fourth quarter. And the students will know these are the forum discussions that they will be engaged with in the fourth quarter. Underneath that as well, if you click on this little plus button, you can add forums to it. If you want to delete a category or delete a forum, it's pretty simple. You click on the trash can and you can delete it just like that. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete it. And that category is no longer there. And here's the other cool part. Real simple is the drag and drop option here. If you want to rearrange how these look to your students and how that looks on the website, you can do that. You can change it however you want. You can change how which forum is first and which forum is last. There we go. And that's I think that's a pretty neat aspect of this website and this forum discussion board. Okay, so that's a pretty neat part of it as well. There we go. I'm going to move fourth back to the top, and move third. There we go, back to the middle. There we go. Okay, and the last part is you need to make sure you update it. Sometimes it saves it for you, sometimes it don't. Just to make sure that you are safe, I would click the update button, and it will update that for you in the discussion board. Now, we looked at the discussion board just for a quick second, and you can see, let's do this here. We'll label this so we can see that it has a name. We'll call this sample 1, and we'll just say the name of the forum is sample 1. That's just how it's going to display itself. And I click update. And once I click update, you will see that it is labeled sample 1. If I click on my board, I can see then that this has been added to here, and it's again splitting these up by the quarters, which is really nice, and you can see that the forum is there. We'll talk about adding stuff to the forum in just a second. Let's hop over to here one more time. Some important things that we need to look at. This is probably one of the most important one, and that is security. This allows you to choose who can see, who can post, and who can be a part of your community. If you are in education or you're using this for educational purposes, I highly recommend approved members only, because this means that only those people can access and post on there, as opposed to getting some people who want to post bad things or inappropriate things of that nature. Also, if you scroll down, it allows you to see you have a profanity filter. You can enable that, and it will keep words that you don't want to see. As you can see, additional words to filter. You can add any word you want to. Cheese. I could add pizza. Things of that, and it will block those out for me. Okay, and then I can ban people. And then the last part is you have to submit this. If you don't, it won't save it for you. Okay, go back to the form. And another thing here, we have, we can see an activity log. This allows you to see all the different changes that you have made. So if you want to remember, when did I do the last time, you can see that. And the statistics is also pretty cool. You can see how many posts have been done on here. You can see how many students are interacting with that, which is kind of neat there too. So how much activity is this really getting? So let's go back to the board. I want to your forum discussion. I want to show you real quick here just a couple of things. You click on sample 1, and you actually still have to start the topic inside of sample 1. So you can create a title. Here's how to do it, and list the 5 steps necessary for a forum. Okay, and the real easy part is you just click post. Now this is a really shallow discussion setup here, but just so you can see, there's two ways to reply to this. One is just pushing reply. This is replying. I usually have students say this is replying to my initial question, and they can, I'm just going to put step 1. Oh, that's on step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on and so forth. And all they have to push is post. It will post who posted it, and it will post the things that they've put. Now, another part of this is important, is the quote. This allows you to see who the students are interacting. So when I want a student to interact with other people, they must do this. So step 1, 2, and 3, I can add a comment. You forgot steps 4 and 5. Oh, that's 5. And again, real shallow, but you can see this allows a teacher to see who's interacting with other people and what that looks like. And I think this is a really neat, again, really neat website and resource for people to use. Hope you enjoyed this video.